This is Diamond Sword to Major Steve. You're gonna find diamonds. And the creepers wanna know if you have much armor. Now it's time to dig straight down if you dare. This is Major Steve to Diamond Pickaxe. I'm mining some...
When you think of Monopoly, you probably think of a board game you can play with your friends with a design of a 720p version of Mr. KFC in the middle.
Les bleus qui sont partenaires du colonel.
Duck, I prefer chicken.
The game's goal being to gain as much terrain as possible. And of course to become as rich as possible, eventually ruining the other gamer in the process through any method you can come up with.
Hey, I got you free. You got some free V-Bucks? You want some free this? You want some free that for any other game? Put your credit card info in there, okay? And you put it in, and you're like, yo, click buy, okay?
Anyways, I do find it kind of stupid, man.
But of course, the only picture the word Monopoly brings to your head now is a game that is imaginary, not a system of government that makes some people thrive while others are merely used to elite gamers' advantages. Since this system has been permanently banned from the US government, and you no longer see the practice of child labor.
It wasn't that long ago that I was in a little town across the country, sleeping on a couch in a mobile home with only $47 in my bank account. I didn't have a college degree, I had no opportunities. But you know what? Something happened.
I'ma shit on your mama.
I swear, I didn't know she was 9 years old, okay?
I'm only 9 years old. I'm only 9 years old. I'm only 9 years old. My toilet costs more to your rent.
Instead, we just get other countries to do it for us so we can then scam them for low prices, which is in my opinion way more efficient since the people in these countries tend to give birth to way more kids who in turn have time to make quite a good bit of fidget spinners and Jake Paul merch before they die of malaria or some other diseases their country can't afford curing them of, which is why they reproduce so much in the first place.
Some poor, child in Taiwan had to make this, and it's broken.
Oh, and no, this isn't only countries with huge birth rates, but also countries who practice putting their female newborn gamers in the freezer to be game-ended so they can still get this exploitation to benefit them as much as possible, since they made a new law to stop them from reproducing. Not enough to stop T-Series from overtaking PewDiePie, but you get the image. But one day, you're bored. It's raining, the electricity just went out because your broke parents weren't able to pay their bills with food stamps anymore, because your 1 month 50% off trial has just expired, and Fuzi hasn't organized a new event you can go to. And you've been playing this game for several hours now. You're starting to realize that you should probably go do your homework, and all of a sudden, your glare goes to the title of your board game, and to your astonishment, it reads Jumanji 3, Early Release, Ear Rape Version.
It is the fucking title! It's the goddamn title! It's the fucking title!
And all of a sudden, you feel your Jake Paul t-shirt fade away. You realize you have been playing for so long that the clock has tipped all the way to 3 AM. You suddenly remember what your favorite YouTuber told you, you wish you had taken their warning more seriously, then all of a sudden, you become aware that your clock, which you had grabbed and was holding 3 inches away from your face like the camera of a fast food review channel, was merely a blur you couldn't distinguish a number from. Your vision starts to fade. You look down and desperately try to grasp onto whatever you can, yet you cannot manage to even see your own hands.
Where are your fingers?
And the next thing you know, you've been sucked into the game. And right before your body becomes solid again and you feel your feet land on solid ground, a message pops into your head. This message tells you that you cannot come back until you have won the game of Monopoly. It is a competition between you and your friend, and 6 hours of gaming go to years. Since you're rich, you spend your first 6 hours in the Lotus Casino, and by the time you finally realize you were getting gamed on the whole time and managed to escape by stealing the Lamborghini, not from Ty Lopez, not from your mother's boss, but from your friend himself, as you've been on his property the whole time. the cheeky bastard rolled the dice before you did, and you both ended up with the same roll count. You realize over 100 years have passed, and the game has evolved without you, your friend having taken the game itself on to compete with, and you end up as merely an employee to the game you are now forever stuck in, a YouTuber. You were lucky enough to remember to pick up your dice, and as you're escaping, you roll it to unlock your next destination. You make a bit of money along the way by making a video bragging about your brand new Thanos car, or saying you will give it away to some random person with a 10 V-Buck entrance prize. Then, when it's time to pick the winner, you either pretend you lost the dice or change your name to every name entered in the giveaway, from the rose that started the journey into the casino to everything else.
This is Fousey Tube, this is Fousey, this is Rose, this is the reign of Simba, this is the return of Simba, this is the rose that grew from the concrete, this is the boy who had $1 in a dream.
And you just claim to be the winner. And by the time you reach your destination, you decide to buy it with this money. Because, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Maybe you can somehow remediate yourself from this whole situation you put yourself in. Since you're tired from driving and you just bought a brand new place that probably cost you 1,000,000 times more than the small trader you were living in before getting sucked into the game, you decide you might as well go explore the place you just purchased. You see a fellow gamer walking by and you try to question him, but he will only answer you if you pay him, so you give him the rest of your V-Bucks and obtain this piece of information. Firstly, the place you have just bought is called demonetization, as a huge sign you read nearly 2 seconds ago suggests, and secondly, you're now living in the year 2018. You're left furious since you have just given the last bit of your money for information as useless to you now as the people you scammed for the money you used to pay for this information, since they have all dropped you faster than Disney dropped Jake after realizing that you being the winner of a good dozen of your giveaways doesn't seem that legit, and you're now completely broke. So you just decide to go back to driving. You're trying to make your way to the free parking where you can park and stay forever to peacefully die, but you're still tired and decide you might as well still check this new place out. And either way, there isn't another gas station in another 200 kilometers since the workers somehow managed to blow up the oil pipelines for the 3rd time in a week, probably in protest of your friend not paying them enough money. You park your car in the first parking spot you can find, and you go off to discover the beginning of a world of unlimited industrialization after all these years of improvement. The world that is home to a series of industries that make it up, such as YouTube, Hypixel, or Fortnite, which together make the internet, a huge series of tubes that were only the umbilical cord when you started the game, giving birth to it, then not getting cut off and somehow spreading from then on. Before you enter the core of this brand new place, you are asked to fill in a paper full of questions including what is your phone number, enter channel name, what is your email, enter your password again for absolutely no reason, and what year were you born, your birthday not even being included for some reason. This is absolutely nonsense to you since you live in the days of kids digging holes in the ground with spoons in their free time and not playing Roblox. And you're starting to forget about your childhood before joining the game. So you write a random answer to every question, then check the box that says create account. All of a sudden, you feel yourself drifting again, similarly to how you joined the game in the first place. You think for a little second that you won the game and that you're getting ender-pulled back to your spawn point, but then when you hit solid ground again, you remember everything quite clearly from your childhood. You're staring at a YouTube screen with the channel you have just created in the top right corner, and as you look to your left, a notification pops up. You click on it, and to your surprise, you've received an email from YouTube saying that your latest video has just been demonetized. You don't remember making any videos yet. You know that to reach the free parking, you will need to earn enough money to make your way there, so you decide to look up how you can potentially fix this problem, and after looking through a good bit of these videos, you realize that videos like yours getting demonetized is a new issue, and all of these videos are suggesting the same thing, that YouTube is coming to an end.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Although it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya.
It's been a good week now since you've submitted your video for monetization to try finding why it was demonetized in the first place, and you finally have gotten a response. You click the email finally addressing your video, curious as to see why your video, where all you did was play GTA for 20 minutes, was considered inappropriate enough to have ads removed from it. The email reads, your video has been demonetized for breaking the following rules: demonstrating violence, making controversial political statements, and hateful speech will result in your videos getting limited or no ads. You're left bewildered. You have no idea what this is all about. The video was just you recording yourself playing the new version of GTA, so you wonder what could possibly have happened. Then you scroll down and see that YouTube was kind enough to show time marks of these rules being violated. The first at 3:47, the second at 7:48, and the third at 14:57. You go to the first 3:47, tagged for demonstrating violence. You see your character jumping in a car and starting to roll. You see nothing at first, but then you focus on every angle, desperate to see what's wrong here, and you see it. It so happens that while you were going in your car, you stepped on a squirrel stay. You keep watching till 7:48, where you apparently make a political statement, and you see that your car bulges a bit at that moment. You look outside the window and you realize you've hit a dog. You read the email again and you can't find anything. All you can manage to find is the usernames of the 3 people who reported you: Pyrocynical, Animals Rights Activist 101, _ Vegan Minecrafter, and Leafy is here. You have no idea how you hitting a dog while riding your car in GTA is supposed to be a political statement, but you keep going to the final timestamp, where you're accused of spreading a hateful message. You pause real quick and all you can see is your character still driving the car, and well, nothing really seems to be going wrong here. You look out the window and well, you still can't find a thing. Furious again, you're desperate. You realize you just took an irreversible L, which will leave you salty for quite a bit, if you can even afford salt on your plate at that point, since all but 2 of your videos are now demonetized for seemingly no reason at all. You decide you have to do something about this because you don't really have any other option, do you? So you decide to go and see what others in similar positions are doing once again, and to your astonishment, they have revolted. All of a sudden, you wake up from your dream as you had fallen asleep in your hotel room and realize you never even created a channel. You were merely watching a movie you turned off right before passing out. Since you're too lazy to get out of bed, knowing you'll be broke if you land on another piece of your friend's property, you decide to keep watching this movie. You turn the television on, and right as you were about to press the unpause button, the screen immediately shifted to something else. It was blurry at first, but little by little, you were able to distinguish the words, "Emergency Strike Alert." You wait for your television to move to the next frame, as you're already used to doing since your parents bought you your new gaming PC for Christmas by selling their 3rd newborn child to science. And yes, abortion is legal in your state. And then you're finally greeted with a video. A person pops up, makes a really cringy intro that makes you want to be your parents' 3rd child for a few seconds, and then says, "Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube employees have today started a strike against YouTube itself." That's right, YouTube itself. And YouTube has responded today with a strike back. You observe the scene that follows, and the experience is, well, quite terrifying. A group of YouTubers are informing their audience that they will be going live on Twitch today instead of YouTube. Then another YouTuber starts talking about YouTube's new rules and starts comparing them to Joey's World Tour's new challenge food. A bunch of horse shit made by peasants. Oh wait, that's better. There we go. Another YouTuber says he might become homeless because of YouTube and exposes how much YouTube destroyed his channel. Another YouTuber decided to talk about using number codes in your titles to try getting past YouTube's algorithms. Then one YouTuber comes up with the ultimate weapon, hitting YouTube right in the golden eye. YouTube is quite similar to Walmart. They must have employees to make profit, because the employees bring in customers and supply them with services the owner himself can't really take on alone, as he isn't Joey's World Tour and can't be in every Walmart at once. In the same way, YouTubers are simply employees designed to bring in customers to the site who in turn watch these YouTubers. The strike is pretty much flawless, a brilliant plan. If YouTube loses their creators' audiences, they cannot make profit, so that's how creators decided to revolt against YouTube's mass demonetization, by responding with a mass murder of the customers. Now, how would these YouTubers achieve this goal, you might ask? Well, it's pretty simple in fact, by giving them cancer, a form of cancer so developed and so contagious it can penetrate you through your keyboard.
I wanted to watch the Spider-Man theatrical trailer. I didn't want to watch this cancer.
Well, it seems like it's a bit too late now, isn't it? You're already infected, and so is your audience for that matter. 10 million views, that's more than the whole Holocaust did in a year. It's starting to look very promising. Well, not really for the creators either, because they now have something bigger to worry about. The complete loss of the ability to even go to the doctor and get cured, since it seems like the police has been called and the workers' strike ends abruptly. FBI, open up! Some YouTubers try to fight courageously while others merely try escaping. Some make it out alive while others end up not so lucky and get shot like the rest of the workers.
Any last words, Keemstar?
Drama Alert Nation now over
250,000 subscribers, 250,000.
Oi! Who threw that? If one of you throws something, we're all gonna go on!
Well, at least this guy here was able to exploit the new railroad system by getting free tickets on the train. Perhaps the person was blind from working in the thread factory all day as a child and couldn't distinguish a train ticket from a victim card. But in the end, the strike ended and workers went back to the miserable pay they once had to live on, while the ones who were now blacklisted from the strike went out in the streets and begged for bread. You decide you should probably leave this place before another strike comes. The police are now on guard as ordered by the YouTube establishment team in case another strike, and you know quite well what will happen to your friend if he lands on your property. An instant game win. I mean, you did go in a hotel. Seems like these were already supplied for you when you bought the place, so you look at the card, no, not the hotel card, not Keemstar's victim card either. No, the card you obtained when buying the place, called demonetization. It reads, price to pay when lending on property with one house, having a railroad system built through yours on your own side of the game, 2 houses, go meet Pyrocynical's father for 3 game rounds.
My father's in prison!
3 houses, be forced to watch all of Misha's new videos while in prison, and 1 hotel, you lose the game. You have a hotel, so I mean that's pretty good. Before leaving your hotel room, you decide to roll your dice while you're still in safety. You roll a 6. This points you to a community case. You decided to open that, of course, and well, it reads, you have gotten cancer. Please go to the hospital to be cured for, well,
1 million V-Bucks.
You're desperate. You have no idea how you will obtain this money. You know you've lost the game. You cannot pay for the hospital. They will refuse you, and then the ultimate idea hits you. You decide to tell your audience that you got 3 legendaries and 1 loot crate in your community case, and to your astonishment, despite the fake V-Buck giveaways, they still take your word for it, since the YouTube community has now been gobbled down to little kids being the only viewers, and the video you posted hasn't been demonetized surprisingly. It's actually doing quite well. You've earned 200,000 V-Bucks so far, only 5 times that sum, and you can keep going and give the win another shot, and then your video gets taken down for misleading content, and you finally know you've lost. You're eternally stuck in the game of Monopoly, until this disease gets the better of you, but as you feel yourself getting weaker, you get a knock at your door. You limp over to the lock to open it, and at your amazement, 2 police officers are standing there. The one on your left addresses you and says, "You're going to jail. Misleading content is strictly forbidden in our game. You should have read the rules, you cunt." And well, that's how you won the game. You ended up living. You never even actually had cancer in the first place. You were dyslexic, weren't you? That's how you ended up reading the card well. That's what triggered the title into sucking you and your friend into the game.
I am the Tupac of YouTube.
It seems that you're a demigod. Your unknown power created an alternate reality to the realm that had sucked you in the first place, and you decided to stay in jail until your friend ended up falling on your property, game ending himself. Victory Royale is yours. I'm gonna go get a life now. Peace.